Coach, what's been the most difficult part for you, just dealing with Alec being out for a year and just seeing what he's going through in terms of trying to get back?
Um, you have some compassion for the situation, and you saw him last night. He had a closeout and some things, and for me, I'd like to be able to play him and kind of let him play through his return. But we've got other guys in the wing, and we're trying to win games. And as much as it's about Alec, getting back to maybe the level he was at, that's a process, and he's great about that. He knows that. But you feel for him. I've seen him working, daily for a long time now, trying to get back to where he is now. And from a physical standpoint, he's there. It's just a question of timing and the speed of the game, and all those things are going to take some time. How much? It's hard to say. But it's you're happy that he's getting an opportunity and that he's able to play. Now he's just going to have to kind of work through it.
Quinn, what's allowed Rudy to take a step beyond better health? What's allowed him to take this significant step this year?
The health, obviously, I think what we've seen is better balance, better strength, and that's allowed him, I think, to be more poised down low when he gets the ball. I just think the game's slowing down a little bit for him. And then Rudy's competitive. I mean, he's got, it burns in him. He wants to be really, really good. And, I think anybody that talks to him about it, that resonates, that there's a confidence that I don't think is misplaced. I think that the goals that he has for himself are very high. Certainly, we'll see over the course of his career whether they're achievable. I don't think he's one to, to put a ceiling on any of that. And as a result, that hard work coupled with the feeling that he belongs, and you see it as evidenced on the free throw line. He's just gotten better and better, and his confidence has improved, and he wants to be really good.
When you see that level of improvement and obviously the skill development, I mean, that's assuming that's just hard work, right? I mean, is that?
Yeah, I think it's targeted hard work. It's one thing to go in the gym and just kind of be in there, and Alex Jensen, one of the guys on our staff, has done an unbelievable job. They have a unique bond, the two of them. I think Rudy's first year, when he was in the D League for part of the year, wasn't playing at all. Then Rudy's second year, we really made a decision on an all-star break just to throw him in there. And Alex has been, a support and a taskmaster a little bit as far as he's unforgiving as far as Rudy. And Rudy likes that. There's a partnership that the two of them have that I think is unique. And that, frankly, that's what we want our program to be about.
With the way Gordon is scoring this year, would you rank him among the league's elite players?
Yes. Yes.
All right, we're done. No, but why?
Well, I think you mentioned the scoring. Just to go dig a little deeper on that, I think that there's a versatility in the way that he's scoring now. He's doing more coming off screening action. He's shooting the ball more in pick and roll. He's still got a mid-range game, although I think he's more conscious of attacking the rim when that's available, and that results in him getting to the foul line. So I think he's just a more versatile offensive player from that standpoint. Then you look at, we use him as a playmaker. He's got the ball in his hands a lot when the game's on the line, and that's, a lot of times that's a score. It's also for him to play make and find other people. And I think the game has slowed down for him a little bit with respect to those things, and he's finding people even more. I think he's going to keep getting better.
Coach, you learned a lot about him when he was out at the beginning of the season, in terms of his.
Yeah. I mean, he's played. I don't ask him now every day. How's your finger? But he played. He's playing with a broken finger, and we've had those moments, a lot of them, and that was a big one. And really as much for him as anything, because the work that he put in over the course of the summer. And then to be right before the season and all of a sudden suffer something like that. So it's been great that he's been able to play through it. And, you think about what he's done, especially the early part of the year. He'd go up and dunk, and you look at his hand, and you'd kind of just, cross your fingers that his finger was okay.
How do you game plan for a guy like Isaiah Thomas with his speed and his ability to really create opportunities for himself?
I marvel at him. I've watched him for a long time, longer than he knows. Because I'm from Seattle, and a lot of my friends, you got to see this guy play. And And it's hard to game plan. The thing to me is two things. One, he plays with a level of confidence and toughness that is unique. That separates him. And then he plays with an urgency and a force. So when he's in the half court, you're constantly having to react to him. You know, the minute you let up for a second, bam, you know, it's like a fighter. If you drop your hands, he's hitting you in the face. I mean, that's how I feel when I watch him play.
How old was he when you first heard about him?
He was in high school, and then he played at Washington. So
In high school you were familiar?
I was familiar. I hadn't seen him play at that point, but I was hearing about him. Most of my family all went to the University of Washington, and so I followed him.
They raved about him, or?
Yeah. Yep. They wouldn't have drafted him 60.
Do you expect Alec to play tonight? And if so, do you know how much
Who's that?
Alec for?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I knew we were going to try to put him in there last night, and it's something he and I talked about today, and to be able to give him opportunities. We want that, but we also, we've got some guys that Joe Ingles is playing good, Gordon's playing good, so we're trying to figure that out.